So as I promised from our second video tutorial, I was going to explain briefly the concept of object-oriented programming because Java inherently it is an object-oriented programming. So I want to use also this particular picture here to just elaborate what is or object-oriented programming and explain the concept of a class. Remember, when you want to construct a house, before you just take your hammer, nails, materials like concrete, cement, and everything, you take them to the site and begin to construct, you must have a reference template. And this is what we call the architectural drawings, which you obviously, if you've ever gone to the construction site, where you can see. And what is contained in this particular blueprint, it is the details. It tells you the given measurements for the sitting room. As you can see, this person is drawing here that maybe the sitting room, it is going to be this by this measurement, and the entrance to the sitting room, it is going to be situated at this particular location. But now imagine a situation whereby you got to the construction site and you didn't have any reference material which will guide you on how to proceed with your construction. I can tell you that it can be a messy situation and it is not going to be good. So that is why it is good that you do what we call the planning ahead before you start your work. And that is the philosophy of the object-oriented programming paradigm as a programming paradigm which is used in so many programming languages nowadays. What it does, it forces you to plan in advance. Therefore, this blueprint here can be likened to what we call a class in our programming language. This class, it contains all the details of what we want to implement. For instance, assume that you are constructing a class called a person. A person has got various features. For instance, this person might be having what we call the name, which identifies him. He has got maybe the age, then he has got the height. Those are some of the characteristics of a person. The other thing which this person can do, which we call methods, they are like this person can walk. Now those are the actions, and those actions of the person, they are what we call methods. In other programming languages, they are called functions. So functions, it is what this entity you are constructing. For instance, our case, it is a person. So what is this person able to do? So you call those your methods or functions in other programming languages. But for now, I will not go into the details. So let me revisit this. As you can see here, we have planned in our text a very simple one here. We have said that our class is going to be called the hello class. Then the method, this method is now our action. And what does this method or this method it knows how to display the words hello Java to the console screen. We shall see that later. So as you can see, we have planned in advance what our class is going to do before we even pass it to the Java compiler. That is the same as the planning of the house plan here. As you can see, you nail the specific details on paper before you go to the site to begin your construction. So as you can see, after careful planning here, now you get to the construction site, Each and every person knows what to do. You can see that here we have a window, somewhere here we have a door. We see what materials are able to be used for the roofing, and everything on the construction site was on without any hiccups. So that is the pre-free. That is the concept of object-oriented programming. Now, remember, when you are planning all this, you cannot live inside the drawing which has been made on the paper. You have actually to build the actual house on the ground so that you can now start shifting in. You can take your bed, your cutleries, and everything so that you can start living inside or doing various things with your house. This is now what we call an object. The house, it is a realization of the description of what? A class. Once you've implemented the class, now that becomes an actual and an active object which you can use in your actual life or in the programming language. In this case, it is the house which you are going to live inside. Therefore, now this house, in terms of the object, you can see there is that word object right there. Then it means that now the class translates to the actual object, which gives us the actual functionality. So that is what I wanted to explain here. But still, if it is not clear, stay tuned. When we get to the actual concepts of object-oriented programming, I will go into the details. And once we discuss only this particular programming paradigm, with the concept, I believe that it will see. But then there is a tactic I want to give you. If for the first time it doesn't sink and you don't get the concept correctly, what I could advocate, just replay this particular video. Read. I know that it is one of those programming paradigms which has got a challenge for most beginners and even to advanced developers. But once you repeat and repeat again, you will come to get how the concept sinks so nicely, and you will come to appreciate the powerful features that it offers. But then I thought that I will bring in and explain it briefly before we begin uh, our programming practicals. So I believe that there you are now equipped with the basic knowledge when I will be using these terms subsequently. Therefore, uh, I could wish you all the best as you continue to study from this particular channel. And I could like to plead with you that you consider giving me a subscription and a like if possible, and also share with your friends. And if there are any concerns about this particular programming language and in general programming, feel free to drop me a comment under the comment sections. I will appreciate to reply and also assist you where necessary. Thanks for watching and welcome.